Hey, welcome back to Bears Grid. On this channel, we simplify educational tech. In today's video, I'm going to show you my 5 steps on using Jamboards to support remote learners. Gather your lesson material, the content and the skills that you're going to be teaching your students, and then what you want to do is you're going to start creating your custom background. So on my iPad, what I want to do is I want to create the background for the Jamboard. So I'm using Google Docs. I'm using GoodNotes here, and I'm selecting questions, and I'm providing space in my questions. So basically, I could essentially just dump something like this here. These are my question sets from a worksheet. Yeah. The problem with this is, of course, there's no space in between the questions, so students, don't have that space to work with on the Jamboard. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to crop the image. So actually, let's just work with this one. So if I go ahead and I select this, let's go ahead and select this, then I could go ahead and crop. Okay, and what I'm trying to do here is create some space for my background, because this is I'm going to use this as my background for the Jamboard. So here we go. Look, I'm going to go ahead and let's just resize this. What I want to do though is on this page, okay, now you can do this anywhere. Like, so for example, if you open up Word, you can do it there. If you open up any note-taking application, you can work there, okay? So this is what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to change the format. I'm going to go ahead and change the template here to landscape. So I'm going to create this blank template, and I'm going to go with landscape here. You see that creates a landscape page here. That's nice because my Jamboard is going to be landscape like that, yeah? So let's go ahead and now resize this so it will fit on my page. So that's my first question, okay? And I want to introduce another question here. So I'm going to go with the same picture, and then I'm going to go ahead and crop and bring my question in. So let's say I'm bringing here question 6. Like that. And so now I can position and place this where I want. I want to create some space between those two questions. And so that's going to be my background for my Jamboard. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm just going to take a screenshot. So I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot. That's my screenshot here. I want to actually reshape the screenshot like here we go. So I'm getting rid of the edges here so it doesn't show any of that stuff. So this is technically going to be my background on my Jamboard. So I'm going to go ahead and press on here, save photo. Okay, so that's my background done. Step 2, since we're using Google Meet, what we're going to do is we're going to create the Jamboard from Google Meet. The reason we do this is because everyone then has access to the Jamboard immediately and you can start your lesson. Let's go back to the Google Meet because I want to create your Jamboard live in a session with Google Meet. So let's go, I'm going to show you that. All right, so if I click on these 3 dots here, and at the top here, you can see create Jamboard or create a whiteboard. I'm going to go ahead and start a new one here. Okay, sorry. So I'm going to start a new one here. And what's good with doing it in the Google Meet is that it gives everyone the permissions. Okay, so it grants everyone the permissions to edit the Jamboard. I'm going to go ahead and press on send. And when I do that, what it does is it starts up this Jamboard, but at the same time as starting up the Jamboard, it also puts the link in the chat. So if I go to the chat here, you can see it's added a link to the Jamboard. Step 3, you want to upload your custom background to your Jamboard so students have a constructive format to upload their work. And remember, what I want you to do with this Jamboard is I want you to create a custom background. So I'm back on my iPad here. I'm going to go and open up the Jamboard on my iPad. Because remember, I saved the backgrounds here, didn't I? Yeah, the pictures. So here, this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press on set background. So set background, and I'm going to choose this picture. Okay, I'm going to upload an image for the Jamboard here. So I'm going to browse my iPad or your computer, and I'm going to go ahead and grab that background that I set. Right, so I've set that background now. That's my custom background for my Jamboard. I can also go ahead and set the next page up for the next question. So I could go over here and then I could create a custom background again, add an image, and then this time I'm going to select the second image here, okay? So there you go. Look, I've created questions 7 and 8 and questions 5 and 6 of the Jamboard. What I can do is if I click down here, I can duplicate these. So I can go ahead and duplicate these many times so that the groups can work on these separately. So I can go ahead and duplicate this picture. Step 4, go back to your Google Meet and create breakout rooms. This way, students can communicate and also collaborate on the Jamboard without disturbing other peers. Create the breakout rooms now. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the activities button, go out to breakout rooms. And then I'm going to set up the breakout rooms, actually create 4 rooms, and that will divide the students up into groups. What I like about Google Meet is that it moves the students around, it sorts them automatically. You can obviously pick up a student and move a student around, so I can pick up here a student and move them around. Okay, but I like having mixed ability groups here. And I want to move Alex into this group. Step 5, add sticky notes to the Jamboard with students' names and groups so they know what pages they're working on. At this point, you can now step back and just observe what's going on. So I've created one group there, another group here, a third group there, and then a fourth group at the end. That's perfect. And now all I need to do is, because I'm on the iPad, I can use my Apple Pencil to annotate on here. So I know who the groups are because I've got the groups on my breakout room on the Google Meet. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little sticky note. In fact, I don't even need the Apple Pencil right now. I can add a sticky note. And I can just say here, group 1. I can add the names of the students in group 1. So I've labeled the groups on the Jamboard here. So now students can go ahead and start working on this Jamboard. So here you can see, here's a bunch of students here working on the Jamboard. There's a couple of students here. They're going to go ahead and find their name tag. To finish off, you may want to do a plenary for 5 or 10 minutes at the end to wrap up the lesson. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Consider subscribing for educational tech. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.